You wake up to the sound of a bamboo flute and screaming. The smell of rice straw, sweat, and something burning fills your nose. You look around, paper walls, wooden floors, no furniture, no Wi-Fi. A samurai just stormed past your door with a sword longer than your arm. Congratulations, you've time traveled to feudal Japan, and you're already in trouble. You stand up, stretch your stiff legs, and bump your head on a low ceiling. A peasant in ragged clothes rushes in, bows deeply, and whispers, "You must bow too, or die." You awkwardly bend forward, too shallow. The samurai stops, eyes you with suspicion. For one horrifying moment, you realize, your "good morning" could have been your last words. That's minute 1. Still think you'd survive the next 4. Feudal Japan was not a peaceful Zen garden, it was a high-pressure machine of honor, sweat, and survival. Life was built on one rule: know your place. Every man, woman, and child lived within a rigid social pyramid. At the top sat the shogun and daimyos, the powerful warlords. Below them, samurai, the armored enforcers of discipline. Beneath that came peasants, artisans, and merchants. If you weren't born into privilege, tough luck. Your life was rice paddies, taxes, and the constant fear of saying the wrong thing to the wrong person. Even your clothes had to match your rank. A silk robe on the wrong body could get you beaten, or worse, seppuku might be the polite way out. Now picture you, a modern traveler in jeans and sneakers, wandering into a tiny Edo-era village. You'd instantly be branded a foreign oddity. Kids would giggle, old women would whisper, and a samurai might decide you're some kind of spirit or spy. You'd bow too low, or not low enough, either way, bad idea. And the daily life? Brutal. Wake up before sunrise, eat a bowl of cold rice, then work until your spine feels like a folding fan. Farmers grew food they rarely got to eat, blacksmiths hammered until their arms shook, and merchants lived in fear of being called greedy. The quiet samurai you imagine meditating under cherry blossoms. Yeah, they were often drunk, broke, and constantly training for war that might never come. Imagine living every day knowing one slip of the tongue could demand an apology, with your life. Even leisure came with danger. Tea ceremonies required absolute perfection. Spill a drop and you'd disgrace your host. Festivals were wild, sweaty chaos, drums, sake, and the occasional sword fight over honor or insult. Then there's the hygiene problem. Bathhouses were shared, soap was rare, and toilets were, let's say, buckets with ambition. Summers meant mosquitoes, winters meant frostbite. You wouldn't last long before begging for deodorant and Netflix. By nightfall, you'd be exhausted, hungry, and paranoid. You'd crawl onto a thin futon on a dirt floor, listening to the distant clang of armor and dogs barking in the dark. Outside, the samurai still patrolled, silent, strict, and always watching. Feudal Japan was breathtaking but unforgiving. A place of discipline sharper than a katana, where respect meant survival and comfort was fantasy. For us soft modern humans, addicted to screens, sugar, and sarcasm, 5 minutes there would feel like 5 lifetimes. So before you romanticize the samurai life, remember, it wasn't a movie. It was a test. And odds are, you wouldn't last past breakfast.